so here we are, just approaching the location tonight, and while I'm on my way there I can see a possible location or two for the future. Although it really is a bit closer to the one I'm going to tonight. Won't be much fun really. But yeah, let me just so here we are in that little patch of bush. Let's just have a quick scout and see what we can find in the way of camping spots. You know, the more I look, the more I like where we were. Although I am going to follow these paths around, just in case they lead me somewhere more interesting. But I doubt it. No, just taking me back to where I was. So yeah, I think just in there is the spot. So here we are, all set up. Here's the cave. Really need to do something about the silver edge on that bloody tarp. Yeah, so we'll scoot down here, see what's going on under here. I seem to have a few mozzies. Yeah, so here we are, all set up. Finally, it's dark. I've done a walk around to see how visible my light is, and it's not. There's enough ambient lighting around that, you know, it's not so important. Oops. Got a brew on over there. After the brew's done, I'm gonna zip up and defend myself against these ferocious fucking mosquitoes. How's that water going? Oh dear. So here we have coffee. Clearly I'm going to lose a lot of this in the edit because, well, you know, what do we do? No audio. Really do need to get a phone that does low light better. Because, well, frankly, this is just shite. Okay, so a couple of things. Whilst this spot works, it's a bit meh. I mean, there's a main road like 20 metres that way, train line about 40 or 50 metres that way, which you've probably heard. Checking my water for lumpiness, not quite there yet. Ah, but I have steam forming, so that's good. Okay, it appears our water is boiled. Oh yeah. As I was saying, this spot's a bit meh, but it'll do. I don't like the way I've set up, but by the time I realised I didn't like it, it was too dark to do anything about it, so... oh well. Oh, well, that should give me some protection against the mozzies. Oops, I forgot the milk. At this rate, I'm going to have to go for a walk later on. Get some more milk. Anyway, I'm going to shut off for a bit. Cheers. And I'll come back to you later if anything interesting happens. Okay, well, here's to a fairly successful first stealth camp. Learned a few things, didn't like my setup, we'll change that in the future. Hell, I might even go back and do another vid in the same place. Given that well, we did have some serious video issues. I lost some of the footage. Other bits were quite dark, as you've seen. I've had to do some effects to make that watchable. Now, you'll also notice that the production quality on this is a bit average. I do apologise. I haven't edited video since we worked on large format tape, and had a little box with jog wheels, and everything was done sort of analog. But just for now, I've used a cheap bit of freebie software. Whilst I learn how to use something a bit better, not really happy with titles or transitions or anything really with this video, but it is what it is. It needed to get out, so here it is. Now, one of the other things is that it really was a camp with minimal gear. I had a tent, a sleeping mat, a sleeping bag, and a cooker, a little cooker, tent and a tarp. In future, I think a little saw might be handy, because I could have made my spot much nicer if I could have dealt with a branch or two. Yeah, so definitely some tools needed. Maybe a hatchet for the less urban ones. Now, somewhere I promised a review on the tent. I'll save a full review for a time when we've got some footage of it. I'll slip a shot in for you. It's small. It's camouflage. And silver on the inside. But it did the trick. For a $20 tent, what can I can't really complain. And the traditional thing is that yeah, that tarp, it's green on one side, silver on the other, except that the green side has big silver edges that I'm going to need to do something about. Eventually I'd like to get a camo fly or tarp. Maybe something that's not US woodland pattern, because, well, that's not necessarily the best camo pattern for use in Australia. Although it worked okay where I was the other day. Yeah. My videos in the future probably won't tend to have these little bits of talking head at the end. This is mostly just because I had a shortage of usable footage, and there were some things I wanted to mention that didn't get mentioned. You know, like, I'm not sure whether I used this bit of video, but I commented that I didn't really like the location. In hindsight, I did. Just my setup wasn't quite right for that location, as I worked out during the night, as I thought about what I could have done. hence why I might go back there and do it again. I was also a bit overly worried about lights. Probably shouldn't have been as worried as I was. Very little leaked out, and I could have had more illumination without it being a problem. Wow, have I said way too many times in the last couple of minutes. But what I'll do is I'll wrap it up here and say thanks for watching. I don't really want to do this, but it's a YouTube video and apparently it's expected. So if you could like and subscribe, that'd be great. I don't expect it. Yeah, see you in the next